It's live now. Nice. Okay, cool. Figured it out. Sweet.
Yeah, very good.
Hey, Susan, Carrie Blumenfeld. I know it's been just a little bit, but the last time we spoke, we talked about the beautiful architecture in Alpharetta, and I wanted to make sure you're seeing the homes you want to see on our website. Whenever you get this, give me a shout, 678-983-7987. That's 678-983-7987. I'm jumping into showings, but I will talk to you soon. Sense of urgency. You're busy.
I like that.
Yeah, the class I'm taking definitely made the comment with that with the voicemails, and also I just did one in a text response where it says like, "Hey, call me back. I should be free for about an hour or so." That way, you're giving them a good window to call back, but you're not like desperately awaiting their call until 9 p.m.
Yep.
What was the note on the voicemail, Sean?
It's like, hey, it basically the note was that I'll be available for another hour or so if you want to give me a call back. That way, it's not just a straight open-ended, desperate claim. I'll be here waiting. It's like, hey, I'm busy and I got other people to help, but I should be around for an hour or so.
Okay. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's excellent.
I like that.
Yeah, and so I called someone, they rejected it and just texted me back, can I call you back later? And so I said, sure, I should be available for the next hour or so. And then they liked that, so maybe they'll get a call back. See?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's touches as well. So
Hmm.
don't forget, don't forget to show that personality and that connection in a voicemail. Um,
Right,
the
right.
voicemail doesn't have to be generic. It doesn't have to be, I mean, it can be whatever. You can
Hmm.
be very standoffish at first. Hey, it's Carrie. Give me a shout. Or,
Right.
whatever it is.
That
Hey,
was definitely
Elaine,
just
give me a
that
call or
was
whatever.
definitely just like the closing scheduling kind of note for it. But his thing is more like, not even stating your solution, but like oh, you may have been calling about this problem or like that problem. If you need help with that, I'll be available for the next hour or so. So it's like, no sales pitch. It's strictly like, are you having problems with this, or is this
Right.
bothering you, or is this an issue? You know?
Well, I think that's what we have to remember is for most people, they're looking for solutions to problems.
Hmm.
And we are the engineers. You know,
Yeah.
we understand what those solutions can look like in practice. So by utilizing our knowledge and expertise, because don't think when you're speaking with someone, don't be in your head about what they're thinking about you. And Sean, I know you
Hmm.
know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
because that's not connecting. You're assuming. You already have
Right.
an assumption that they're going to say no and they're going to whatever, and you're prepared and you're tight and you're this.
Yeah.
Whereas,
And that's definitely something this class touched on, and I think was a big part of me getting past this. It was like, not only not assume the sale, but like you're not going in with the intention of making the sale. You're going in with the intention to find out if there's a sale to be made.
right,
And that detaches you from like the need for that sale. And then obviously in your tone and conversation, you're just more conversational, like, is this person actually ready, versus trying to almost like be like, you're ready, what should we do? And so
exactly.
it says today's consumer wants to be asked, heard, and understood. You don't want
Yep,
to be told.
100%.
Oui, je parle français, je suis américain, mais j'ai habité à Paris pendant 5 ans. Je travaille à Miami. Oui. Oui, ça marche. OK, super, super. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. France, France calling.
That was impressive.
This is Miami. It's like I just the previous phone call that I was on, I didn't unmute myself because it was a it was a Polish number, and the lead who registered didn't speak much English, so his wife, I think, was translating for him.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
they're just browsing, but they said they're coming to Miami in February, and I said, hey, let's if you come in February, come to the office, and maybe we can have a coffee, or we can see a couple places while you're here. I know you'll be on vacation, but it might be fun to like go and look at a couple condos.
I love
Uh,
that.
Mhm. And then this lead is uh she's French, and her son is looking um to buy something in Miami.
Got it.
So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah, it's always strange. The number of the number of international leads here is kind of crazy.
Well, I mean that shows you that that's where you are. I
Yeah,
mean, the amount
exactly.
of people looking, the amount of people looking for secondary homes there is amazing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, Vincent, Carey Blumenfeld, Method Real Estate. I know it's just been a couple weeks. Had a great conversation last time. I know you were talking about homes in Roswell and Alpharetta. Wanted to see if you've seen anything interesting in the market. There's a bunch of inventory that's still sitting. I'm sure you've seen that in your daily updates. There are a couple places that piqued my interest that I thought you might be interested in. So I'll send those over to you. If you have any questions about those, let me know, and then let's set up some showings this weekend. All right, Vincent, talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey, Jennifer. Hey, this is just Sean with Method Real Estate. Looks like you may have been looking at some homes in like Smyrna, Georgia. Is this true? It could be right. Hey, I was just curious, did you find what you're looking for or what you could be looking for? Yeah, yeah, I see. So, so where are you living now? Marietta? Nice. And do you like it there? Mhm. Yeah, well, I could definitely help do some of that. So why have you changed more to the Ackworth, Woodstock, versus like the Smyrna area? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, because we all know driving around here is so fun, easily. And and there's some great value out there too, for sure, especially Emerson, for sure. Mhm. Yeah, my friend is renting out there, and he said he's renting for like not a whole house for like 900 a month. And I was like, man, what is going on out here? I gotta start moving out here. Uh, mhm. Yeah, oh, that's awesome. So you have the flexibility to do what you want, and you're considering moving for your son's benefit. That's pretty nice. So how long have you been where you're currently at? 6 years. Nice. I bet you've watched that place grow a bit over the past few years. Oh, that's great. What ended up like leading you to end up in that area to begin with? Oh, nice, Miami. Sweet. Um, Sweet. Well, I can edit this search up for you a little bit to include this the Ackworth Woodstock area. Um, is there a specific price range you want me to like to put in there for you? Under 500. Right. Love that. I'm a land person myself, I'm an organic gardener, and who doesn't like having some space, right? What kind of dogs you got? Oh, sweet. So you got all the curly haired guys going on. Yeah, I got a couple crazy things myself. I used to live up in Alaska and I rescued a sled dog and brought her down here. You can imagine how much she loves the Georgia heat. But she's tough. She puts up with it. Yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, because it's a lot easier to maintain and then the dogs and all that. Yeah, I get you. So there's probably not a filter for that, but I can, so what we'll be doing is I'll have this thing just sending you automatic stuff. And then once a week, I will check in and look through those and find like maybe my favorite 5 or 10 and send you those just to see what you think. Yeah, because there's nothing like the personal touch on it. Um, I mean, what's your urgency on this? Is this just something you're kind of poking around at, or is it something you really want to do? Right. So you're waiting for the perfect spot. That's your timeline. You're comfortable where you're at, so you're just waiting for the right. I mean, that's when you're gonna find your best deal of anything is when you're not urgent. You know what I mean? Like that's what they say for cars too. Buy a car when you don't need it. So I think that's it. That gives you the most negotiating power too when you don't feel desperate. What's nice is the rates did just drop a little bit, and then the Fed says they're going to drop it again next week. So, we'll see what happens with the housing market. Should be an interesting few weeks at least. Yeah. Between like 5.8 and 6.2 is what I'm seeing. And they claim that they're going to do another rate cut next week. Well, I mean, I've learned not to really trust that stuff, but yeesh. Yeah, you don't have a lot of incentive. You don't have a lot of incentive to get out of that. However, like, if you were to rent that out while you got your next spot, you're not paying so much interest, so actually you'd be really hitting your equity with those rent payments. But I get it. Going above, yeah, when you have that kind of a percentage, I see why you'd say the perfect spot. I got you. Understood. Yeah, yeah. Same here. Same here. I can't do the association. I'm way too neurodivergent to be told what to do. Like I'm probably gonna follow those rules anyway, but once you tell me I have to follow them, it's a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, I'll get these certs set up and I'll keep my eye out for those kind of things. And when I shoot you stuff, just feel free to be like, hey, that sucks. That's how I'm gonna learn. I want to find the right thing for you. So your feedback will mean a lot. Yeah, no problem. You have a good one, Jennifer. Yeah, will do. Bye.
Dude, that was awesome.
Oh, you
Like
guys are. I didn't realize I wasn't on. I wasn't muted.
we listened to the whole thing. You were
Holy
amazing.
crap. That's kind of for the best then, I guess, right?
It's perfect. You
Yeah.
spoke to her like you've known her for 20 years.
Yeah, that was 9 minutes. And yeah, she's like lives in Smyrna and she's thinking about moving up north to like be closer to her son's baseball travel team stuff. And she's got a
It's nice.
2.3% on her mortgage right now. And I was like, man, I see why you're not in a rush to move. But you could always rent that thing out and make your equity on it because you're pretty much not paying it anything to the bank at that point.
Mhm.
And it would be when you're having that. So now that you have that information,
Mhm.
you can you can essentially take that, give her a call in a couple of days, and you can talk to one of our loan officers, say, hey, this is her situation. what are your thoughts? What are kind of some options? You can gather those from, whoever, whichever LO you want to work with, at our place. And then you can then go and essentially present those to her. Say, hey, I went ahead, talked to our loan officer, no obligation, of course, but I want to make sure we're prepared. He said, these are some things, especially if someone hasn't bought a home in a long time, um, things change, financing changes, and now people you can use your equity in your
Yeah.
current home to get into another home as well. So if she has to sell to buy, or maybe she doesn't, so
Yeah,
you
I think
have
it'd be
all of
in
that
their best
information.
interest not to sell that thing and to just get that equity, you know.
It
And
it just depends
she didn't seem
if
like she
if you
was
got to.
desperate. She didn't seem desperate on money either. I mean, she said she works from home, and she at no point made it sound like, affording it was a problem. And she's like, I would prefer to keep it over under 500,000, but like if it's over, it's over. She's like, it's the right house, it's the right house. So I don't think she's like penny pinching. And if her house is worth even 400,000 and she's got that rate and she's got half of the equity in it, then why not, increase your wealth essentially. Like, don't give up your chance to make wealth here. Make it happen. I think you muted yourself.
Someone in that position they really have the leg up. So they can utilize that. If you want to tread lightly. If someone has a bunch of equity and they're going to end up with a lot of money or maybe a large lump sum, they really should speak to a financial planner. That's something you should have in your back pocket or Rolodex. If you don't have any good ones, we have a number of people that we work with, but that's super
So
important as well.
Marissa's company started
Oh
doing a
yeah,
side. They
forgot
they
you guys did that.
some of her people started doing like a side business where they do advising and financial advising, and she gets like a cut of that because she runs their books. So if I'm going
Okay,
to do that, send anyone business, it's going to go to them. And I
love
know
it.
them, and they're smart people too. Like those guys are pretty good. Her one boss is a douche, but everyone else there's all right.
Love you, Sean. You're amazing. All right, 251. Let's keep going.
Yeah, this is great. I'm loving this. I'm gonna actually mute myself this time.
Guys came to cut my yard like right now. They're literally outside my window.
Can't hear it on this end at least. So I bet your clients can't either.
So, guys, I spoke to this lady a couple of weeks ago, talked about selling her house in Chambly. I did an analysis. So let's pull that up. And what I want to do is talk about the value. So in my analysis, I've got estimated market value around 470 to 490, suggested list price 484.9. Mostly anything selling above 500K is updated and renovated. The homes are in average condition, selling between 400 500. I know that her home needs work, and I didn't call her immediately because I know she's just slow playing it, and I mean she's been in the system for a long time. Let's see. 6 years. So let's call her. Let's see if she answers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll send you the link for the emotional support animal um, registration, and that should be all good. And then what did they say about you getting your place sold? Perfect. I think that's great. Let's try to get your place rented before we, ideally before you find a place down here. And it puts less pressure on you. And then if you're able to move in with your sister for a little bit, that's even better. Perfect. Love it. Okay. Okay. I don't know how I knew. I must have just known. Oh my gosh. All right. Sounds good. All right. Bye-bye. That's cool. That's a guy, that's a lead who lives in Atlanta, but he wants to move to Fort Lauderdale. And I connected him with a lender to see what he needed to do if he needed to sell his place in Atlanta and in order to buy down here, or if he would be able to keep it and rent it out, keep it as an investment property or a second home, and come down here. And it looks like he's going to be able to keep it as a rental.
Nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Also something to keep in mind when you talk to someone and they do have another property or additional property, and of course uh, they have a budget that they're currently working with. You, you can always you can always sell another property to buy something. Of course, it depends on the situation, depends on the investment, but don't be afraid to have those conversations and ask them, say, do you plan on keeping that? Why? Learn about them because you'll understand why they may be looking for investment property as well, but by chance they were just on our website looking for a personal home or vice versa. I've done it where I claimed a $200,000 lead, and it was actually a guy looking for investment property. I ended up selling him a $900,000 house to him. So you don't know, don't look at those price points, don't look at it, see what they're looking at and talk about it, but know that it's just it's just a taste of what they're looking at and where their mindset is. So don't jump in there assuming anything because you don't know. You really don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's 100% right, Carrie. And Rinda asked David, will you list the rental? That's the plan. I am going to list the rental. So he's sort of he's on a very specific plan. He's a spreadsheets guy. Um, so, you know, I met up with him a few weeks ago here. He was in Florida visiting, and we had lunch and we talked about like the process and what that looks like and the different options for him in terms of selling, renting, and then buying. And I told him that he really needed to speak with a lender. And he said, his financial advisor is someone he wanted to get in the mix. So I said, schedule a call with them as well and get all those ducks in a row. So he just let me know that he's targeting spring 2025 for the move. And for listing his place in Atlanta to rent it, he wants to get it listed probably in January or February. But when he does that, or before he does that, I'll go and I'll meet up with him at his place and we'll talk about staging and making it look nice for photos and all that good stuff. So I'll hopefully be helping him with that, and then also, uh, with finding something down here.
Absolutely. That's
Sorry.
great. That's providing value. That's providing significant value on all sides. Heard you talking about emotional support animal. That's something huge. Sean mentioned, he threw in there. Sean is big in organic gardening, hemp homes, everything like that. Find Figure out a spot you can throw it in there, because all that's going to do is just create more community and create more trust. And you never know what that person may not be like that, but what if their daughter is like into that and whatever, and you just made them remember you because of something you're interested in that they know about from someone else. That's what it is. We're detangling the web to create these very defined connections that will take us to where we want to go. Hey, Lawrence, Carrie Blumenfeld. No, it's been just a couple of weeks, but I wanted to talk to you about the home you guys are trying to sell. So, want to remind you, we've got that method makeover program. We can cover some upfront costs, renovating, getting your home ready for market. You can pay it back at closing through the proceeds. So, that's something that we provide. I know we talked about that. But whenever you get this, give me a shout and shoot me a text, 678-983-7987. All right, Lauren, talk to you soon. I need to get that thing listed ASAP.
I like that method makeover inclusion in that.
Most A lot of people that have been in this system for a long time, one thing, a major thing that holds people up is the ability to sell their home, because either the condition or whatever it is. That is exactly why we have method makeover. We don't have method makeover to flip homes. That's not the purpose. If you've ever submitted a project to me and I've said no, it's because we don't flip homes.
Right.
So and we also have to be very careful about obviously the money we spend, how much is out at one time, all of that stuff is a business. But if it's a good investment and we know that we can get that house on the market for the right amount of money and then get them into a new home, it makes sense for us to pay all of that interest on that money because, of course, we're going to get sales from it. So that is a service that we do provide. Remember that we do charge that full 6% commission because of that service we're providing. And that is specifically why. Um, Sometimes even when I present method makeover to people, I'll present it at 7% because it's more work. If we need to talk about it, that's something we talk about. But everyone knows I'm a high roller, so it's how I roll.
Yeah, minimum 6% for listings, and then with the buyer broker agreement, 3% for what we offer as buyers agents.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I know we got change. Don't worry about the changes that are coming with the legislation right now. When you're speaking to someone specifically about selling their home, I understand commission is a part of that conversation, but it's such a small piece.
Hmm.
If you can't even get their home to market, it doesn't matter. So, and especially now, I mean, we're seeing it in real time. If your home, even if your home is priced right and it's not done nicely or it needs work, they're sitting. They're going to sit. You're going to get hammered. Every single deal I'm doing, I'm negotiating repairs right now. Everyone's getting concessions. Everyone's doing repairs. You have to go to the sellers and say, your home's not going to be perfect. You're going to get torn up by the inspection report. How do we minimize it? Is it a pre-inspection? Don't worry about the pink walls. If your HVAC doesn't work and the water heater doesn't heat, then that's a different conversation. We're going to be spending $6,000, but not on paint. Those are things that we will do. We will get we'll get HVAC guys out there. We'll get the plumbers out there to fix those large things that make people afraid to buy homes. If you have someone that answers the phone, they're like, "Well, I've gotten investor offers and all that." You know that those investor offers are offensive, like significantly offensive, and probably send those sellers into a deep depression because they take away all the equity and there's no. I mean, they're probably offering them less than what they owe, in some of those cases. So make sure that you talk about that. Discuss how much equity do you have? What does your budget look like? What's the condition of your home? When's the last time you painted? You can ask very simple questions that will tell you a lot. Oh, do you have a service contract on your HVAC system? Do you know when the last time it was serviced? If someone doesn't service their HVAC, they probably don't maintain everything in their home. That's a very broad statement, but if you've gone into those homes that are, like owned by engineers or, sorry, Teddy's barking, you can tell it's meticulous. So if our home's not meticulous, the listing's not meticulous, how do we get it there? How do we present it in that way? Well, method makeover and we get it done. I'll mute it because Teddy's back there. for that lady that I did the CMA for. I spoke to her and left a message. What I'm probably gonna do is print that out and probably go drop it off to her house or ship it to her. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I drop it off. Might just ship it or do like a FedEx or drop it at her stuff. We'll see. People like getting packages. So if you send someone, something branded, that's nice. I wouldn't randomly send that out to like all kinds of people. This is very specific because I spoke to her for like 15 minutes. I know exactly what's going on with her house without seeing it. She's very nervous, like very, very, very nervous about all of it. So um, I don't want to be too aggressive, but I also want to show that I'm here, to support her. There's no, specific timeline, and that's what they need to feel. They need to feel that support system and know that they can come to you. They can ask you those questions. They could say, "This broke in my house. Who do I call?" That's who you need to be for these people. Um, whether she lists now or in 5 years, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm going to continue to touch base. I'm going to continue to add value because it's a numbers game. There could be a myriad of reasons why she never sells. And then there could be one reason why she does, and that's me calling her or dropping off a CMA. Nothing will happen if you don't do something. So there has to be an action to receive that reaction. Um, if you're, in basically, paralysis of not being able to call or do whatever, just pick up the phone and start dialing. That's it. And that's it. Just to talk. If you're super, super nervous, call someone and just talk to them for a minute. That helps as well. Talking, kind of pre-talking. If you have a friend or someone that that can kind of just hype you up real quick, it could be 30 seconds. Say, hey, I'm about to jump on my call session. Hype me up. Hype me up. Those people. You have those people that do it. Get them to do it. They'll do it. And then you'll feel good about yourself. You'll do those first couple of calls. You'll get connected and then you're rolling. Before you know it, you've made 20, 30, 40 calls and you're on your way to being the next top producer. It sounds easy. It's a process. Take it step by step, one call at a time. Sean had a fantastic conversation. He had one meaning that I heard he had one meaningful conversation today. That's success. That is a successful day.
I had three
As a,
meeting conversations
and he
today.
had three. That's an extremely successful day.
I'm happy, that's for sure.
So said, get a dog.
I'm not done either. I'm still going.
And that's the thing. You're going to start and then you're going to keep going. You're going to get momentum. You're going to roll. So don't let that fall to the wayside. And take those good notes. I know we have the AI notes, but take your own notes for yourself.
Mhm.
Put some things in there where you're going to remember. Make sure you go into Follow Up Boss and add that future scheduled task. The worst thing you can do is have a great conversation with someone and never call them back.
Yeah. So I,
And we
I
see,
actually just
see it
made
all
her
the time.
search and her task for that last lady.
You should make her Follow Up Boss page your screensaver, your wallpaper. Love that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we're crushing it.
We are doing really well. Hey, Betty, it's Carrie, Method Real Estate Advisors. It has been a little while since we spoke, but I know you're still looking for homes up and coming. And I wanted to let you know that there are a bunch of homes that are sitting on the market right now. Some are overpriced, some people just can't afford them. Other ones, there's new construction right down the street. So there's a lot of opportunity up there. Don't miss out on the reduced interest rates that we just experienced this week. So whenever you get this, give me a shout, 678-983-7987. Again, that's 678-983-7987. Jumping into some showings. I'll be available tomorrow morning, but of course, I'm always available through text. All I could hear was squeaking from the dog toy, so I don't know what to say. Hey, Andrina, this is Carrie Blumenfeld, Method Real Estate. I saw you were on our website taking a look at homes in Woodstock. Wanted to let you know Woodstock is one of the most booming parts of town. So if you're interested in that area, you got to work with someone who knows the area, knows the inventory. There are some homes that are sitting, not too many. We saw some rate drops. We got buyers coming back in the market. So this is the time to act if you want to get into a home just before September. So whenever you get this, give me a shout 678-983-7987. Talk to you soon. Bye. I don't know why I said September. That'd be pretty quick. Well, speak it into existence. I'll get her in that home before September. August 8th, we got plenty of time.
Absolutely.
All right. Guys, always make sure you're looking at the notes in the lead, especially like scroll way back. Especially if you haven't talked to that person at all, scroll all the way to the back, beginning of time. You'll kind of see what's been going on. If it's been 3 or 4 years, people typically start to make more money over time. So
Just got another one. Sorry, I
there you
didn't
go.
unmute it.
That's all right. That's
Yeah.
all right. We're just going to make you host the meeting next time.
Oh no. So yeah, that's four now.
That's four clear connections in one day. That's huge
Yeah. In one sitting.
in one sitting.
Yeah. I haven't moved from this seat. I mean, I guess I literally got up to get water, but I've had four good connections since I sat down here at like 1:15.
So
Because
Sean's got a
I
decision
started
now.
before the thing.
He was in my office waiting for me when I got to the office, and he was like, "I've already been calling." So now you got a decision to make. You put in a huge amount of work. You should be proud of yourself. That's
Mhm.
awesome. What I typically do when I do that, I'll stop calling, especially if you've made, I mean, how many calls have you made?
Probably 25. Some of these, maybe it was
Mhm.
more like 20. Some of these people who I connected with called me back,
Nice, perfect, perfect.
so it kind of worked out. But yeah, I'll probably take like a little break and then I'm just gonna keep, I'm definitely feeling the momentum right now and
Mhm.
I'm feeling comfortable talking to these people. Yeah, you didn't hear that last one, so I didn't unmute it, but I mean, yeah, we were just shooting the shit. I know you could probably pull that up, this
Yeah, we
Samantha
can.
Campbell. But
If you,
I just kind of picked it with the right questions about like, 'cause she said she had already found a spot. But and I was like, well, are you happy with that one? And is it all working out? And she's like, yeah, it's great. I'm renovating it, but I honestly I'm looking for another one. So she was initially going to be like, no, I'm good, but then asked a couple more questions and realized that she's looking for more and
yeah,
asked a few more questions to figure out why. And she's like, gets these houses and rents them for like I get maybe get some sort of government stipend or something, but rents them to homeless vets.
yeah, you can get. There are tons of programs that you can get involved with local government.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a
Right.
whole other meeting. But yes,
But that's not like,
absolutely.
yeah, I don't need to be involved in that. I just need to help her find a house.
Absolutely, 100%.
That's her game. So she said she's a teacher. She just retired a year ago, and now
Nice.
she's gonna put all her energy into this. And I was like, so you seem like the person who always needs to have something to do. And she's like, yeah, I can't sit still. And I was like, me too.
I love that.
All right, well, somebody else is calling me back now. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
Hello? Hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? Oh, it's something else, I guess.
That's no problem.
Gary, did you just assign me somebody? You're muted if you are talking to me.
Yeah, it's one of my other clients. I'll talk to you about it.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Myra, it's Carrie Blumenfeld, Method Real Estate Advisors. How's it going today? I know it's Thursday. It's Thursday. I know, I know you've been on our website for a little while looking for homes. The market's been tough, I know, for everyone this summer, but I did just want to let you know there was a big rate drop this past week. There's stuff sitting on the market. So if you were considering looking, is it a time that is this a time that you would actually begin your search again, or are you still kind of just browsing? Mhm. So I will tell you that rates did drop significantly this week. The Fed did announce that we should see another rate decrease. What that's going to look like is rates are going to fall. They already did. They're going to fall a little bit more, but by the time they announce that next rate drop, the rates are already going to be, at their lowest point. So, so I'm just kind of calling everyone, letting everyone know there is a good amount of inventory still out there sitting. There's sellers that do need to sell their homes, price drops. But because of these rate drops, you're going to have buyers that come back and hit the market, which is great. Um, you know, can you tell me a little bit about what you're looking for, or any hesitancy on moving, or specifics like that? Right. Got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's actually really good timing. And of course, it's always better to buy something in the winter anyway, statistically. Is your is your community going to let you go? Are they going to force you to renew, or are they going to let you go month to month if they have to? Okay. Okay. No, that's good. That's excellent. Because if they try to trap you again, I know that makes it tough. Um, I have been seeing we've been seeing where people need to get out of their leases. I'm seeing it where sellers are paying concessions to do that for people to buy. So we're starting to see a lot. It's different. It's just much different than it's been the last 3 years. Um, yes, 100%. And that's what when I saw that, specifically you were, looking in the Marietta area. I was just over there. I've actually got a couple of things under contract. No, we're located specifically in Roswell. That's where our office is, but we operate everywhere. Hmm. Oh, excellent. Are there specific amenities you're looking for, or walkability, things like that? Mhm, mhm. Right. Excellent. So preferably something attached, lower maintenance, that kind of thing. Of course. Right. Right. Yeah, and I know space is typically more manageable on those. Unfortunately, a lot of times with either the townhomes or condos, you're going to have higher interest rates just because of the nature of those products. But right, exactly, exactly. But there are some really nice communities all around. There's some communities over here in Roswell and Johns Creek that they're kind of like, I don't want to call them city homes. They're more like garden homes. They're attached, but still feels like a single family home. There are options like that. Um, so what I'll do is let me dig in a little bit, and I'm going to send some stuff over to you. No rush, no pressure. I just want to make sure I'm informing you and let you know what's going on in the market. Excellent. No problem. No problem. Looking forward to talking to you soon. Bye.
That sounded good.
Yeah, except the picture doesn't match. The picture doesn't match the voice on Follow Boss.
Sometimes I get weird photos.
I think it uses the email, and it'll get confused. It was pulling up someone's MySpace, so that was kind of crazy. But no, that was a good call. Very good call. She wants garden home style or attached. Stop looking. due to interest rates. Lease ends by end of year. Send her, I know exactly what I'm going to send her. Orchards. I know the system makes notes for you, but make sure you make your own notes too. It'll just jog your memory too. Especially big things like she's looking for a garden style home. She stopped looking because of interest rates. Her leases ends by the end of the year. Those are just that's why. I mean, that's her why. She probably couldn't afford it. She couldn't afford what she wanted. And garden style homes, ranch style homes, everyone wants them. I mean, that's the major competition with those. So that can be a very frustrated buyer and lead. Make sure that if you are very gentle with them and caring, you'll get them as a client and they will buy with you. Because if they've been patient, she's been in our system 4 years. If she's been that patient, and if I show her that I care, my expertise, I'm going to guide her, she will use me. Guaranteed, she'll use me. Um, but do the proper follow up. If you're going to tell them you're going to send them stuff,
Gary
send them
just
stuff.
wants to be used.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks, Rinda. It has been good. Hopefully these sessions are really helpful for everybody.
Right. Can imagine.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for being on.
Trying. Okay, I'm going. Tell Carrie bye too.
You have reached.
Bill Shelley.
Are they? It's 1 year. How much is the amount? Yeah, just text me.
Yeah.
Text.
Call.
Yeah, you're kind of you're between a rock and a hard place because you have all of that built-in equity, which a lot of people have. But do you use that to move somewhere else, or do you just take advantage and stay in that home? I mean, I know that's the million-dollar question. Right? Yep, absolutely. Yeah, there's major growth. Right. Right. Hmm. Right. Yeah, the whole well, and you see dramatic development and off of those corridors because ease of access to highways, all of that stuff. So of course all of that's going to really be centrally located all around those areas. That house sits kind of right in it. We do there's a good window. I think also along with that other development, you're going to have a lot of other positive development. But of course, first is going to come multifamily housing. I mean, that's always the first ones to come in because that's the greatest need. Um, so you're absolutely right. It's going to bring traffic. It'll change the dynamic of the entire area. They may need to open new schools, which they're doing all over. So those are definitely things to consider. Um, but you've got time. I don't think there's nothing on the horizon that I see in the next 6 months, year, 2 years that will dramatically affect the ability to sell, especially in that area. Now, you know, if something crazy happens, then we're having a very different conversation anyway. But knowing what I know about that home in that area, you're in a good spot. You have time. There's no immediate rush, but what I would do is try to jump on those repairs and stuff that the ones that
Hello, this is Dave,
will continue to deteriorate and
realtor
become more
in real
expensive.
estate. I got a
And
couple
I know
of
your dad's all over
requests
that
for
too.
new
So,
condos on Miami
um,
Beach that are for sale. 276th Street, Unit 52. There was another one, 7636 Abbott Avenue, Unit 6. Let me know if you would like to see these, and let's talk soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Sorry, I didn't know it was.
right. Right. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I mean, exactly. Exactly. Pump the brakes on all of that because that home that home serves its purpose as being a step down home. That was a downsize home. It played out like that, especially with the floor plan, the bedroom in the back, and then the secondary bedroom right in the front, and then the living room on the other side. And when we originally looked at it, I said, this is perfect for you guys. It's almost kind of like roommate floor plan, a little separate, but yeah, I would definitely caution your dad to don't reinvent the wheel on those because people look for those specifically for those reasons. Um, Now, I need to go in there and look, but also you don't want to spend unnecessary money that'll break into your equity. You want to do it right. You want to do it smart. Mhm. Right. Okay. Got it. Yep. Yep. That makes total sense. Mhm. Yeah. Same here. So yeah, just keep me updated. Any other stuff I find out, I'll let you know. When you get that sheet of paper, we'll check that out. I can send that over to one of our attorneys as well. He can take a look. We do all that stuff. And then yeah, we'll see. And like I said, there's no rush. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Perfect. Excellent. It's no problem. It's no problem at all. You have a great rest of the day and have a great weekend too. No problem. Bye. That's a complicated one.
Oh yeah,
All right, that's good. Great session.
very good, very good,
Let me see.
impressive.
I didn't make as many calls as I wanted because I received like 5 calls. Um, One thing for Sean, Gwen, and Sam and David. As you are talking and talking and talking and talking to more people, you're going to come across people who are reluctant to submit offers because they need to be contingent. That is normal. That is a normal. We pretended like it wasn't normal for 3 years, which was dumb. It is normal. That is how you do. You are not supposed to be able to carry 2 mortgages at the same time in America. That's just not the way our economy is built. Um, we're built on debt. So you really should only, not should only, the powers that be really only want you having one mortgage at a time. And that's why we have these processes. A lot of people will have equity too. You heard me say people can tap into equity. They need to talk to a lender. Sometimes you can get a bridge loan. Sometimes they can use a line of credit against the current home. As long as the lender knows, they help set all of that up. That's something that Align can do as well. So if someone is kind of in that unique position where they really do want to move, but it's going to be contingent and they're just reluctant. I have clients like that right now where there's a home up here in Roswell they're going to go after. It's been sitting and sitting and sitting. It's going to be it's going to be contingent. I spoke to the agent. I said it's going to be contingent. She said, "Come on, honey, present it. What are you waiting for?" So without any action, there's never going to be a reaction. Be aggressive, support them, support their timeline, try to understand that timeline, and then also just be real. Just be yourself. Sean, you were killing it. Amazing. Like incredible. Incredible. Sean was afraid to make calls before. Not afraid, but was in his head. Sean, killing it. Keep going. Keep just literally doing that. And you'll see unbelievable. If you're connecting with 4 people, if you can connect with like 4 to 10 people a week, that is a lot of people. I mean, that's more than you can handle. You'll get to the point where you're not following up. And Sophie's blowing you up. That's what happens. And we know that. If you find yourself getting into that position, reach out. Let's figure it out. It's, it could just be a strategy thing or just kind of, feeling overwhelmed. But amazing, amazing job. Great session. Um, I'm surprised at how many people answered, especially because kind of school's just back in this week. It's kind of a crazy week too. It's hot and humid. So just way to go, guys. Killed it.
Thank you, Carrie, for leading this, and thank you everybody for joining.
Love you all. See you on the recording. Bye, Gwen.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Dave. Bye, John.